everybody, Klaire Fluffle here, and... Okay, I'm already tired of this extra dog gimmick. Look, this is extra epic yarn. I thought it'd be cool if I had an extra puppy on screen and have the two of us speak. Not every single one of my ideas is a good one, you know. But at least there are better ideas than porting a graphics-heavy Wii game to the 3DS in 2019. Ayo! If you've heard me talk about extra epic yarn in the past, you probably know where this is going, but just in case, this is a video in a series of many where I rank every single any percent Kirby speedrun. We've covered a few games already, including Kirby's Block Ball yesterday, so if you want to hear my thoughts on the zoomies for all of those other games, they're all in a playlist for your viewing while head-patting puppy pleasure. But before we get started on why extra epic yarn isn't much of an epic, or a good yarn, or particularly extra, why did they make this game again? Here's something refreshing. A deputy pup, as upset as she was at me for poor marketing, seems to be in a better mood today. We really need to make sure she stays in that good mood though, or it could spell big trouble for your favorite puppy. So please, if you like what you see, I beg of you, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It means a whole lot to me, both on a personal level and for peace of mind with the law. If you'd like to go the extra mile, you can also consider becoming a puptron on Patreon or a mempup on YouTube. You can even get nifty perks such as early access to all the videos for the Kirby Month any percent speed run ranking. Special thanks to my head-patting, Fluffle fan puptrons and mempups, Freakish Uproar, Lydia Scribe, and Vilafar. I love you all! As for this game, it's a game that exists. I've mentioned my problems with it during the last 2 Kirby months, but despite its low ranking, I want to actually try to stay positive during this one. I don't have nearly as many issues with this as a speed game compared to any other kind of thing, but those issues do drag the experience down for me a fair bit, yeah, at least compared to other games. To get the main negative out of the way, it's the same one I have with every gosh diddly darn time I bring up extra epic yarn. It's the fact that epic yarn for the Wii is right there. Whether or not you play or listen or speedrun or whatever on Wii or Wii U, it doesn't change the fact that there is a much better version of the game to play. For the sake of the speedrun, there is so much that the Wii Classic has that the 3DS Extra doesn't. Oh hey, well maybe in that case, this game is extra after all. The biggest loss from Wii to 3DS was the multiplayer. Epic Yarn single player is still a fun speedrun, as evidenced by the K-Star event this year. Yeah, check out this video to learn more about that. But the multiplayer strats go crazy. I'll talk more about those once we get to talking about the Wii version of this game, but you're entirely locked out of that option here. Granted, the 3DS version struggles enough to play this game. I can only imagine the suffering it'd cause my 3DS trying this multiplayer. That's another thing about running this version of the game, come to think of it. It struggles to exist. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure we can all relate to that, but unless you're one of the people who invested in a new 3DS or something, you may as well give up while you're ahead. Long load times, frame rate drops, and the ever-tempting and decidedly not extra version being right there. If you've got a big, beefy 3DS that gets along with the game as well as a puppy and her favorite treats, then you're better off. I guess. But what's actually good about this version, at least from an any percent perspective? Strangely enough, it's the Ravel abilities. And now, to be clear, you do not need to do Devilish Mode to get these, so you don't have to deal with the annoying bat every time ruining the music nonsense. Stupid. Bleh. I'm pretty sure you need to select Devilish Mode every time on the menu if you did want to go with that mode anyway, so bam, the worst thing about this game, suboptimal. How would this game make Puppy even happier? Oh yeah, by playing the original instead. Okay. Positive pup mode, the good stuff. On a casual level, yes, the Ravel abilities feel tacked on, and they clash with the chill, comfy vibes that the original game had. But I'm gonna be real with you, when speedrunning, they're really, really cool. Even little things like saving time by cutting open the transformations rather than having to pull them open. The little time saves sometimes feel the sweetest, you know? The real game changer, though, is the spinny tornado giving you a vertical boost. Yeah, another game where tornado is super good. The more things change, the more they stay the same, right? Turns out Kirby turning into a car, and who knows what else, is good enough for moving fast on the ground. You know, left to right. Imagine Koo from Dreamland 2 and 3, only limited to the ground instead of, everything. This does sadly leave Kirby with no options for a vertical boost. There are plenty of ways around this, as evidenced by the original being incredible, but having this tornado thingy offers a whole new perspective. For example, on levels like Big Bean Vine, which are all about moving up, you're granted far more freedom to just zoom me through and clear the level quickly. It doesn't even hold you back against bosses, functioning against them similarly to how it does with the transformations. You save time having to pluck their weak point by just spinning into it instead. I guess that's realistic. If a tornado hits your weak point, you die faster than it being picked at like it's inside of a pickle jar. Ooh, actually, the pickle is starting with a P. It made me think of puppy jar. I want a Klaire puppy jar. Anyway, got sidetracked. Welcome to the channel. This happens often. If we compare the fastest time in this game to the original, it is actually a little bit faster. While it's hard to draw exact comparisons, since Extra Epic Yarn never caught on as a speed game, whereas Epic Yarn any % on the one-player side alone has over 100 runs, I can maybe see this version being optimized to the point where it could save even more time and, dare I say it, be the preferred game of choice for some people. You'd need to ensure you have a new 3DS to play it, and a method of capturing it, and ignore the fact that you don't have the option for 2-player. But hey, speedrunning gives Extra Epic Yarn an actual unique identity compared to the original. And trust me, with this game, that's actually crazy. And now it's time for Fluffle Fans. It's Klaire Fluffle's speedrunning tip of the day. Yay! For Extra Epic Yarn, this isn't much of a version exclusive trick, but it's a really cool one that I wanted to show off. Hot Wings, the boss of World 2, can take a very long time, but if you're smart like this puppy, you can clear it a lot quicker. Basically, when Hot Wings does her attack, she drops a lot of throwable volcano rocks, I think these are. I don't know, maybe I'm actually a dumb dog, but you don't have to throw these at her right away. You can actually get 3 of them and get a much faster knockout on her than the game intended by just placing them on the ground, throwing them at her as needed, and attacking her from there. Hooray for the zoomies! Unfortunately, I don't really have much else to say here. While a great example of how speedrunning can breathe life into anything, even for a game you really don't like, or is inferior to another game, or it doesn't make this specific puppy happy very much. I mean, anything making a cute puppy unhappy is to have a lot of meanie points to it, but whatever, that's all I've got. I still think the original is a more enjoyable speed game, but since we haven't talked about it yet, I don't want to say too much. So I'll end the video there and get to working on these rankings. I've been Klaire, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you around. Bye-bye!